This is the LEGO Star Wars Invisible Hand. Finally, we have a fantastic model of the iconic flagship of General Grievous. This of course is a ship which Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi board in Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Set number 75377 comes with 557 pieces, is priced around £46 and the age is 18+. Though, while it says it's aimed for people above the age of 18, I do think younger LEGO Star Wars fans could easily enjoy this. If you've had experience building sets before, then I think you'll easily be able to manage this set. The instruction manual contains a great amount of information about the Invisible Hand. Easter eggs can also be found in this set, much like the other Starship Collection sets that have come out for the 25th anniversary collection. For example, when you're building this set, R2-D2 will tell you about Easter eggs in the instruction manual. The main two in this set are the studs representing Obi-Wan and Anakin's Jedi Starfighters in the hangar bay, this being the pair having just boarded the ship. We've also got a 2x1 piece representing an MTT in the hangar bay. Now other Starship Collection sets like the Millennium Falcon and Tantive 4 do also contain Easter eggs like this. However, the Invisible Hand is unique as you can see the main Easter eggs here when the build is complete. If you look through the transparent hangar bay pieces, you can still sort of see both Jedi Fighters and the MTT. On other sets, you can't see all the main Easter eggs as they are eventually covered up, which is a shame. I think R2 pointing out these Easter eggs is great for fans of all ages. In 2023's midi-scale Super Star Destroyer, we have the studs representing the bounty hunters, yet there was no explanation, so only if you really knew what they were would you actually recognise it. One of the best features of this set has to be the ability to split it in half. In the movie, the Invisible Hand gets split in half during a Battle of Coruscant. Anakin, Obi-Wan and Palpatine end up crashing the front half of the ship onto the planet.
Not to worry, we are still flying half a ship.
It is one of the best scenes of the movie. Unfortunately, there is no way to display the separated ship. You could build your own secondary stand, but that's up to you. It would be great to see if any of you could do this. It's still a cool feature. Both the forward and aft sections are attached by 4 clips. Simply push the pieces together and you're good to go. Okay, let's talk about the build. First up, the model is absolutely excellent. There's a couple of stickers involved, well there's about 4. You've got one here, and then if we flip the build around, you've also got one here and one here. I'm not a big fan of stickers on builds like this. I do wish some of the pieces could be printed, especially when you're paying a lot of money for it, but this is LEGO Star Wars, we've come to live with stickers at this point in time. It's probably not going to change. One little bit, or rather 2 bits of this design which kind of irk me, is the sort of like control or observation bridge up here. If we move it in a little bit closer, for some reason it looks like it bends forward a little bit more than it actually should. So as you can probably see on the camera now, the bridges look like it's like tilting a little bit forward. When it's on one sort of like bite bit here and one bite bit there, it shouldn't really be tilting forward. I've seen a few other reviewers point this one out. It's a little bit annoying. It doesn't seem like there's any way you can actually change it, which is, you know, just tedious. The bit on the front here is meant to be a bit more pointy on the actual Providence class or Invisible Hand. Instead here it's more of a straight down sort of bit. You could probably modify it to have a bit more of a pointy sort of structure to it, but it is what it is, you're not going to change it. I will say big props for LEGO Star Wars designers for including the translucent sort of green piece here as a sort of main bridge. This is of course where General Grievous meets with Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's a great scene. Yeah, I love most of the scenes that take place on the Invisible Hand. I'll show you how it splits apart in a minute, even though we've covered it in the video as well. It's still a really cool feature and I absolutely love it. I was actually intrigued to know from instructions, this is the commands or ground commands or unit thing. So when you've got droid forces on the ground, this is the area they're actually controlled from, which is really cool. Of course, one of my highlights of the build is we can see the little transport unit, the MTT, and the Jedi Starfighters in there. You can see that in the video right now, which is really cool. The engines, those who remember those Star Wars Battlefront 2 days, the classic one bear in mind, remember how cool the engines were to blow up on there. I like how it's still kind of accurate to it, and I definitely remember my days of blowing those up in Battlefront 2. The use of translucent blocks along here, or rather studs, is a great way to indicate windows and the change of colours on the Providence class. It was very much green and yellow going across the hull. Those who watched the Clone Wars and of course Episode 3 will remember that very, very well. Overall, this is a fantastic build. I'm a real big fan of it. Building wise and actually like putting it together was amazing. It was a little bit tedious in certain places, particularly in the building of this section. If we break the ship apart now using its 4 clips, as you see it comes apart there very nicely, you'll see in here, building these sections was a little bit tedious and perhaps this is why it warrants the 18+ sort of like rating for the set. However, I'd still reckon someone younger who reads the instructions thoroughly and maybe has help would be able to put this together nicely. If you are a younger viewer and you'd be able to put this set together, please do let me know. Still, it clips on with 4 clips here. The internal building structure is rather nice, particularly how the studs build across there. And of course, if you want to put the set back together, you just snap it in as so. And there we go, you have your Invisible Hand. Naturally, it would be nice to display the separated bit somewhere else. I wish there's a way we could modify the stand. Perhaps if you have another like Starship Collection stand, you could put that one on the side there, maybe lower down. I do wish we could display it a little bit better, particularly with the separated section. Now, LEGO Star Wars does like having exposed studs, hence why the bridge section here has some exposed ones. It would have been nice to have a tile block just to cover this section. I felt like the bridge or like neck area should have perhaps had like another area or another like block essentially to cover it, but it is what it is. I guess they didn't want to do that. I was a little bit confused by this section here. I can't remember why on the top here it has it. I did look at some reference images of a Providence, but for some reason I couldn't work out why it's got there. If you know why we've got that block section there, please let me know. On the underside of the ship, obviously we've got the stand, but you do also have this other sort of sensor dome area down here. I do believe it's a sensor and communications. Do correct me if I'm wrong. It's still rather cool to have it there. And of course we've got the underside section here, which is very nice. And you can see it is all tiled off there underneath the stand. Speaking about the stand, we've obviously got the Invisible Hand name plaque there, which is really cool. It is a printed block. We've also got the 25 years of LEGO Star Wars, the anniversary brick. Really cool to have these. If you've not got your hands on one of those yet, definitely get a set where you can get one of them. They're really cool. The extra sort of great pieces here, meaning if you want to get rid of this block and put it somewhere else, you can put that piece there. These just snap off so you can have them separately and you can put it where and whenever you want. Overall, this is a fantastic entry into the LEGO Star Wars Starship Collection. The Invisible Hand is going to look fantastic on display. You've got the quality printed blocks on the bottom, which are the 25th anniversary brick and the Invisible Hand name block. If you're a big fan of Revenge of the Sith, this is an ideal set for you. If only we had a MIDI scale Venator to display next to it. This set is great at the near £50 price point. I think including a minifigure, given it is the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars, would have been a good choice. Sadly, LEGO does not do this for the midi-scale collection or Starship collection sets. Still, I'd highly recommend picking this one up. The question is, have you picked up this set yet, or are you planning on getting it? Let me know in the comments below and make sure to hit that subscribe button for more LEGO videos.